Hello and welcome back guys to the channel, and on this video I'm basically going to be breaking down this very deadly US100 trading strategy that I used to trade this pair. So we're going to start from the daily time frame, right, where we can actually analyze structure from an institutional point of view, right? So we had since way back here we had this low that formed this high, and then this high came in and took out this low here. So this became a change of character from bullish to bearish. Now from there, so from this break here, from this break here, we're pretty much bearish. From there, where price came in, created this low high that formed this lower low, which formed this lower high, that formed this overall lower low in here, that formed this lower high, and then finally this lower low. So from here we were pretty much ranging, right, from this overall high to this overall low, right? So this right here is our protected high. That price, no matter what, if it still wants to continue with this bearish trend, then price should never take out this high here. Price should only come into these areas and then drop down to continue with the trend if it still wants to go bearish. So this now became our our protected high, right? Boom. So this now became our protected high, that if price wants to go bearish, this high should never get taken out, unless price could only come and wick above and then close down below and continue bearish. So from there, so that was our protected high, and this low here became what? This low right here became our next liquidity run, right? If price wants to go bearish, then this is the point that price will want to take out, right, in the institutional point of view, as I said. Now that's all about structure, right? So that's our first S, right? That's just structure. So if we have this current structural play, then we need to find that S&D zone or order block from which we want to trade from, right? So lo and behold, coming now in here, we can see that we have multiple areas, right? Multiple areas. So what price does is so we had initially this area here, a very good and strong area of supply, right? That's accompanied by this and the original one here. Now look at what price does, right? Price comes and price attempts to come up, fails to reach this area, and then creates what? These little tops in here, right? These little tops in here that act as liquidity. So if price is now already forming liquidity with potential equal highs in here, right? Potential equal highs in here, right? Then we know that this is liquidity being formed, right? As you can see that these are just weak highs. These are just weak highs as they fail. They attempt to take price down, they push price down, but they fail to break what? They fail to break this low here, which means what? They are weak highs, and above each weak high is what? Is liquidity. So if we know that this is a there's just a pool of liquidity lying in here, right? We now know that price is most likely to come up, take out this liquidity, and then once that liquidity is taken, price can now gain its momentum to come down, right? Now that's exactly what happens, right? So price comes into this area of demand here, accumulates a little bit, and then shoots off to the top side and taking out this liquidity, as well as mitigating this area of supply in here. Now with the mitigation of this supply, right? With the mitigation of this supply, now we know that this supply has already been mitigated. So from there, we can now anticipate that price, we expect a reaction from here because it's a very strong level of supply, right? Now, what we expect from here is price to go bearish from here to take out these lows, and these lows, since they all act as liquidity, and probably also take out this final low, right? This is just this is just an anticipation, right? Price could easily do this, right? Price could easily come down, right, into this area of demand here, right? And then from here, price could gain a bullish momentum to come even to this origin level of supply, and then from there, price can now go bearish, right? That could easily happen, but we don't know for sure until it happens. So all we can do is make our anticipations based on what we see so far. So since price touched this area of supply, so let's now go inside and see how did we trade off of this area. So from there, let's go to the 4-hour, right? Okay, I mean, I think like the 2-hour and the 1-hour could be more precise. So let's just use the 1-hour. So from there, price now creates this high here, that forms this little low here, that creates this high here, that comes and forms this low, which fails to break this high, which means what? This low is, you know, liquidity, right? And price comes down, takes out this liquidity, as well as breaks this let me just clear these, as well as breaks this low here, right? As you can see, this low here has been broken here, right? So this is a potential what? Change of character, right? So this is a potential change of character or break of structure to the downside, which means what? Price is more, you know, likely than not to just come back here into an area of what? An area of supply, of course, to do that mitigation and then continue short. Now that's precisely what happens. So let's clear these and put in a proper drawing, right? So that will be our breaker structure to the downside, and this right here would be our area of supply, right? The last buy before the sell. And by the way, let's reduce this to there. Boom. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. All right, boom. So from here, what do we see, right? We now see price accumulating, coming up to take what? So price accumulates within this range here. Now, as I explained in the liquidity video, that ranges themselves act as liquidity. So we pretty much had liquidity on this side, as well as liquidity in that side, right? As well as liquidity in that side of the market. So what price does is price breaks now to the top side, taking all this buy side liquidity and tapping as well as mitigating this area of supply, right? And after this mitigation of the supply, what happens, right? So we managed to take a trade in here. Now let's go inside and see all about that trade. So here we were in the 15-minute chart, looking at this price action here as it begins to develop in a bearish manner. So what we had from here was, you know, we had this okay, so this high created this low and then failed to, you know, create something in there, and then we had this internal breaker structure in here, right? So from this breaker structure, let's just reduce this. So from this breaker structure right here, right there, okay, this is supposed to be a BOS, there, right? So from this break, what did we have next, right? So we had a breaker structure that originated from this high, which came in to put this low here, right? Breaking this internal low. And lo and behold, what did we have, right? We had an area of supply, right? The last buy before the sell. Now, of course, we refined this area, I believe, in the 15-minute chart. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Boom, right? So we refined this area to this little last white candle before the whole sell, right? So this was my area of supply. Now, of course, price does what it does best, right? Which is create liquidity, right? So price comes in and puts in this high that never touches this this area here, which means it's basically a liquidity trap for early sellers, right? So when people just saw this move here and then this retest, people funneled into these sells here, right? As you can see, that's why the momentum of selling here was very high, but you know, it exhausted. Why? Because the institutions were not done with the buys, right? So price comes in, touches this area of demand, goes up once again and takes out all this liquidity above this high here of the early sellers. Of course, damn traders will think it's an actual sell, while it's just a sell to buy, and this buy is actually a buy to sell. Now, what happened is that price now came up. So let me remove these. Price came up, took out this liquidity here, and then tapped now into the actual zone and triggered my entry, right? If you trade with the institutions, overall, you're always going to be profitable. That's the beauty of the institutional trading strategies like the MMC footprint strategy, right? So from there, we managed to get to position ourselves in there, and our overall take profit target, of course, was in the 1 hour, right? My overall take profit target was this area of demand here, because I'm expecting something to occur in here. Now, like I said before, price could easily easily come here, tap, go bullish from here and take out these highs, right? That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is that price could come here, accumulate, create a liquidity trap, right? Break, and then continue what? Bearish, right? That's scenario number two. So any of those scenarios can happen, because we don't know for sure, but we just want to, stay safe. So this was my actual take profit target number one, but that doesn't mean that I didn't close anything off just waiting from here. No, we apply proper risk management, and that proper risk management. So this is an overall 1 to 38 RR trade. Guys, this is insane. 1 to 38 RR trade, right? With a 16 pip stop loss and a 611 pip take profit target. Now, of course, as I said, like, we apply proper risk management. So I closed off some partials when we tapped into this area of demand here. As you can see, it gave us some sort of reaction, and then we came to break it off, right? So I took out some partials here. I took out some partials also at the break of this here. I took out some partials after this break, this retest, and then this break to clear out this liquidity here. I also took some partials here. So, I'm just holding the rest now. So this was a scenario on trade number one, and the trade number two here, I'm not going to break it down because it's going to be exclusive for the mentorship, for the re-entry stuff that I necessarily don't teach on YouTube. So that's it on this video, guys. Of course, if you did like it, then don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't, turn that bell button on for notifications, and as usual, guys, stay safe, have a nice trading week, and of course, peace out.